Today we're going to be reviewing the new Flash movie. My expectations going into this were pretty low considering, one, I'm not the biggest fan of DC. I kind of prefer Marvel's output. I like Marvel's characters a bit more. Also, most of the DC movies are pretty shit, like the Justice League movies, Suicide Squad, Black Adam, Batman v Superman. I mean, you can go on of how many shit movies have been released by DC over the years, especially during the Marvel kind of golden era. I say like the MCU era. They've been releasing a lot of absolute stinkers to try and, I guess, rival Marvel. I mean, Marvel have kind of gone down the same road as them, but of course, there's also a lot of drama surrounding it, considering the main character, the main actor Ezra Miller has done some very questionable things, and you could argue that he could be in jail right now. Moving that aside, we won't include his off-screen actions, I guess, in the movie review. So, is the movie good or not? I think the movie's alright. Like, it's worth watching if you have the time. Like, I wouldn't say go out of your way to go and watch this movie, but if you like The Flash, if you like DC movies, this is probably one of their better ones. I know that's not saying a lot, considering a lot of the DC movies of late have been pretty fucking shit. It's an enjoyable watch. I think most of the movie is good. One thing I'll say, it's just not boring. It is kind of cringe at times, but most superhero movies are. So let's talk about the good things in this movie. The first good thing is the casting, I think, was very good. Like I said, we're not going to talk about Ezra Miller doing his thing, regardless of whether he should be or whether he should have stayed or shouldn't have stayed as the Flash is besides the point. I'm just going to base it on the movie. I think the casting was very spot on. It was cool to see Michael Keaton as Batman. I've never watched the Michael Keaton Batman movie, but I think he did a really good job. I just like Michael Keaton in movies in general. He's kind of cringe, and it's something I kind of like. I like him as Vulture in Spider-Man 2. It's very cool. The story isn't bad. Like, it's the typical Barry Allen story. Like, if you know anything about The Flash, right? If you've seen the TV show, if you've seen or you've read the comics, I guess it's the typical story, and the whole story is just him wanting to save his mom who died. That's not a spoiler. That's just The Flash's fucking lore. This movie also kind of delves into the time travel multiverse thing, and is definitely not the worst when it comes to it. Like, I think the multiverse concept is handled pretty well here. It's handled pretty well here, and it's kind of seen in a different way than I've seen in like Doctor Strange, for example. Like, fuck me, I just can't get over how bad the multiverse of madness, multiverse concept was. The supporting characters were okay as well. Like, I like the Supergirl, like I said. Although her character was wasted, I'll say this: her character was wasted. I feel like she was kind of just used as a plot device to kind of maybe further the movie on, like make the movie last a bit longer, because they had a whole fucking arc of them trying to find her, right? Or trying to find Superman, I guess, and it was Supergirl away because they're in a different universe. The whole Barry Allen situation where you've got like the older Barry Allen versus the younger Barry Allen, it was okay. I think the younger one can be a little bit irritating, but apart from that, it was cool. It was also interesting to see how they had different personalities, because the older Barry Allen was kind of autistic and he was a bit like socially unaware. He didn't have any social skills, but the younger Barry Allen was a bit more outgoing and actually had some friends. So I will say this: I also like the Batmobile, the Mercedes. I don't know what Mercedes that fucking is, but it looks like a futuristic car. The one that Ben Affleck was driving, or the Batman was driving, was pretty cool. In terms of the bad things with this movie, I mean, the CGI and the running animation or whatever it was is fucking horrible. It's horrible. Like, the first one in particular, like, it's literally right at the start of the movie, and they're showing Barry Allen run. I don't know why he kind of does this weird theatrical shit where he gets into a pose. Just run, bro. Just run. I don't get it. But like, the speed, like, he's running so fast, and the image is moving quickly, but he's running slow. It's weird. Like, he's running in slow motion in the middle of this super fast, like, moving screen. It's really weird. It doesn't mesh very well. It doesn't mesh very well at all, especially the running animations. I can't with it. It was kind of frustrating to see that, especially the very first one in the movie. There's also some very weird CGI shit when like the building blows up. I mean, there's a funny moment, I guess, where he puts the baby in the microwave, which I've seen is already being memed to fuck. And I feel like this movie is going to be one of those movies where it just turns into a massive meme. Similarly to like Spider-Man 3, even though this movie is not as good as Spider-Man 3, this movie is just kind of going to be a meme. I think that's what's going to happen here. There's a lot of memeable moments in this movie. At least it will be somewhat memorable, unlike the rest of the DC fucking movies. Is this movie actually going to be better than the TV show? Apparently, the TV show has 9 seasons. I didn't even know that shit. I only watched the first 2, and I thought it was pretty good up until the end of season 2, and when I saw the plot twist, I was just like, fuck that, I'm not watching it anymore, right? And I was hoping the movie would be better than this TV series. Like I said, I don't really know, man. Like, they kind of tell the same story. Of course, it's the same character. Whose portrayal do I like more? I always thought they should have made the Barry Allen from the TV show into the movie. I feel that they should have used him. I guess they couldn't do that. I think it would have been cool, but like I said, is it really better than the TV show? I don't know. I don't know. I think I'd rather rewatch the movie just because it's shorter than the TV show. This movie is pretty long, by the way, but it isn't really boring throughout, so that's one good thing. Overall, what would I rate this movie out of 10? I mean, I give it a solid like 6.5 out of 10. Like it's okay. It's watchable. It's enjoyable. Will I just go out of my way to watch it again? Would I recommend to everybody, yeah, go watch this? Go out of your way, take time out of your day to go watch this movie? No. If you've got nothing better to do, go watch it. If you really like DC, go watch it. If you really like The Flash, go watch it. Like, I guess it's a decent Flash movie, but I liked the movie, but I wasn't really impressed or that impressed. It was okay, like I said. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. I'll see you all in the next one.